present yourself first?
Well, my name is Taina. I'm a chemical engineer, came to Mato Grosso to work, but I'm also from Rio de Janeiro, and I'm trying to learn English, especially the talking, so I can improve my pronunciation, because it's easier for me to write in English or read, but to develop some phrases while talking, it's harder. So I'm trying to improve this area right now.
Very good, very good. And you,
It's great.
Carla?
My name is Carla. I am a psychologist. I am from Rio, like Tainá. You are from Rio, right?
Yes.
I am 56 years old, and I'm here because I need to talk. I need to speak because I still need think first, then speak. And that's it. I know it's difficult to say something when we think, but to me is difficult talk without thought or thinking, right? I'm here
Very good.
because and that's the reason, right? I'm here.
Yes. So, I'm Philip, and I believe we need to focus more practicality of things rather than just being around our head all the time. Though it's important to go deep into topics and study, when it comes to learn a language, we need to speak out. And it requires courage, it requires self-awareness, and it requires
Self-knowledge.
Yeah, self-awareness, self-knowledge, and all of this, they are really important to speak another language. And I've seen a lot of people learning how to speak without studying. And that's the reason why we are doing what we are doing here. William, welcome aboard. We had some with the link, unfortunately. And I guess there's another guy coming up, Ryan. It's been a while. I don't talk to him already. So we're going to talk about remote work today. I have the questions in here. So I'm going to ask one of the questions, and the idea is really to be a chat. So there's no right or wrong answer. I'm not here to tell if it's not, but we need to be respectful. We are not going to correct each other, but we are here to support. Oh, you're missing something and you really need that, then we can do something out. But the idea is really to have a conversation, like a real conversation, okay? Does anyone here work from home remotely already?
Yeah.
William?
Currently, I work from home. So the company that I work is based in Mexico, and I support the team there. So I work from home with the new job that I am working currently.
Nice, really
Me
nice.
too.
You too, Carla?
Yeah, I am psychologist, and I work 100% online. All my assistance is online, and speech like palestra. I don't remember. Also, many things I do online. Thank God. I love my freedom.
Actually,
Yeah.
I worked online as well, but only during the pandemics, and I love this freedom as well because I was able to do my own schedule, which was so much easier.
Yeah. Just welcoming new guests aboard, Robert and Ryan. Ryan, can you hear me? Hey, Ryan, long time no see.
Hey, how are you? I can
I'm
hear
doing
you.
really good to see you back.
I'm so
So
happy. I'm too happy.
we are talking about remote work, and um, do you think people's perception, the very first question, people's perception of remote work have changed over the past few years, especially after pandemic? So Ryan, I'm gonna start with you, and then I'm gonna go to Robert. But Ryan, how do you see people's perception, people's point of view on remote jobs, remote work?
Of course, I was probably gonna mention the pandemic because it has turned, how can I say, more popular when the pandemic started. And I think today people look at this in a positive way because it has helping people a lot, and they are, and most of the people are working online, uh, using homework, you know. So
Yeah, and you, Robert, it's weird to see your name as Bob. I know it's your nickname, but how do you see people's perception over the years? Has it changed or not? Is it the same?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Well, I work in home office style, maybe 20 years. But I can see other uh, different works, jobs, working remote. Of course, in my work, different subjects in my work, all the people's working home office. But today I can see, for example, liars working remote. Liar is advogado. Yes.
Liars.
Yeah, yeah, liars. Uh, liars. Engineers working remote. Uh, Teachers, of course, is much more easy. uh, yeah, that's it.
In Will, has it changed the way people see remote jobs?
Well, so I think for employees have changed a lot because for me, before the pandemic started and even to start with work with IT, man, some years ago, I was working in a manufacturing and doing a labor job, and I was watching the news on TV about the new style of work from home, and for me it was different because I was wondering how it's possible to do my job at home, and there was another way to work, not Monday to Friday, but a specific day during the week. And man, I think it will be difficult for me because I was trained to work 8 hours per day, Monday to Friday, and work from home. So I never thought that one day I would be able to do that. And then nowadays I am here, work from home, and man, my mind changed a lot. But for employer, I think they still have, how can I say, they don't accept so much, because, you know, they needed to monitor the employees, they are still working, they are doing the job that they used to do at the office, I'm not seeing that they are working, And for some employer, they prefer not accept so much to work from home because they can't monitoring, watching their employees. And yeah, there are some companies, they have changed a lot. They might set about that, but for most of them, they don't accept just because they have a probably bad experience with some employees not doing a good job at home alone, So we have a lot of case, and
They,
also recently,
they need to
I
control.
yeah, it was so famous on LinkedIn, a woman that she was working a company abroad, and the company they installed a app in their keyboard, and they realized she wasn't to type so much as usual, and they realized that she wasn't work. So they just decided fired her, and yeah. So for this reason, I think some companies they don't accept because some employees they don't work properly. They are not honest with the company and with themselves as well.
Yeah. Tainá, do you agree with Will? Do you think it's exactly that, or it's the opposite? What's your
I agree with you. I just don't agree with the company's way of monitoring the workers. Like install something on your computer that sometimes it's your own computer, it's not some computer for the companies gave us. So for me, this is totally wrong. It's passing through privacy of the workers, especially because they are at home. So no, so wrong. But we don't have any kind of law specifying what the companies are allowed to do or not. So until we have some laws exactly for it, the companies are going to do whatever they want. So
Yeah, I guess we are still a little baby when it talks about remote jobs, right? Because
yes,
it's like it's not a new way of working, but for everyone getting used to it, it's really started in 2020. I don't know, Carla, did you start to work from home before the pandemic, or you started in the pandemic?
Before.
Before.
I work at home since 2011
Nice.
when I moved to USA. And I I I needed to work at home at time in the past because I am my own employee, William. I am an entrepreneur.
You're
What?
your own boss. You are
Yes, I am the boss. And
it's hard.
when I moved back to Brazil, I start to a new moment in my life because before I worked with empresas and entrepreneurs.
The business,
How can I say that? Empresas.
businesses or
Business.
company.
Yeah, company, business, and I manage for them. But when I moved to Brazil, I decided to back to my job, my professional, my career. I don't know how can I say that. If I speak it and you guys understand. I don't speak English very well. But for now, you ask if change something in our lives,
Yeah,
and I see many people start their own
job.
job, I think. One job, and getting success about this. I don't know if you understand me, but I see many people growing up with that kind of job at home, online, home office. And I think it's good for all. To me, it's good. And I love work at home. I feel like a freedom, like I said. I like my freedom. I like do my own schedule. And that's it. I don't know.
Yeah. For me, I have the same opinion. It works for me, but in the beginning it was hard. I started working from home in 2016 after quitting my a technology analyst to be an English teacher back there. And when you are free to do whatever you want, you have more responsibilities than ever. You
Yeah.
have control everything, your agenda, your commitments, and so my question for all of you right now is the following. What are the advantages and disadvantages of working from home comparing to work in an office? Robert, can you point out your point of view, the advantages and disadvantages?
The the advantages, for example, I work in my home and I have three kids with me. My daughter, she's very special uh, for my kids. The father in the home and bake a cake in the afternoon, you know. Sometimes, of course, and uh, of course, sometimes it's a problem when I have a meeting, different meetings, mm, different days, different jobs. It's so hard sometimes, but I I love working remote. I have a lot of problems, of course, but I have a lot of time with my daughters and my wife. My wife. Today I live in the beach, South Beach in São Paulo. My wife working in São Paulo, but I have much more free time with
Right,
my family.
flexibility, right?
Yes, I I I I can control my schedule.
Very good. Let me ask Ryan, from your point of view, what are the advantages working in an office, Ryan? Like being in an office, what are the advantages?
Can I say the advantage compared to working at home? Like,
Yeah.
because, because I remember my mom told me one time that she has a friend who has a son who works at home, and his company installed like cameras at his home, his room, or something like that, his office. And these cameras were filming him all the time during his workload, and and how can I say, tipo, acompanhando, I would say, keeping,
Following
tracking,
or tracking.
exactly, following his job, everything he was doing during his workload, and I think it's in a way a little unpleasant. In this case, I would prefer to be working in a
No.
office, face to face, in my desk. But the advantage would be like, uh, in the case of Bob, he said he has a daughter, a wife, who could spend more time with them. So yeah, that would be the advantage. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It depends on the company.
And when we say having more time with the family, it doesn't mean that we are like, oh, we are spending time with the family and not working. It's just because we are working and we can talk like we do in the office. We can like go to the bathroom and maybe give a kiss to your daughter,
Lunch, have
yeah,
lunch together.
having lunch together. So very good. Taina, what are the disadvantages of working from home? Just disadvantages from working from home, and you can compare to
Yeah,
working.
yes. For me, the advantage is when you don't know when to stop working. Because sometimes people wake up, do some work, and then will do something later, come back to work, and spend the whole day working. Sometimes it's just a personal choice, so that's okay if the person is okay with that. But when it comes to the office and they say, no, you are working from home from, I don't know, 8 to 5, that's okay. But then you will receive an email 8 o'clock because you need to do something really fast and really important that you cannot wait till the next day. That's the problem. And then in these cases, it's better to work in the office because when you leave, you're out and you don't have to take any work from home.
Yes. Sometimes you get work later than it should be.
And
right?
you will not receive any compensation for that.
And every day it's like urgent and you can wait the next day, right?
Yes.
Will, I'm gonna ask you a question because you brought a very interesting and good point of view about the employee, right? Bad employees who do this and that. If you were a manager or a boss or an owner of a company, how would you deal with remote work? How would you deal with the challenge of managing a team working from home? And
Wow.
just put it out, okay? There's no right or wrong answer.
Well, to be honest with you, so I won't lie that I would be, how can I say, afraid if my employees will be working correctly. So because I think in the first moment when you are doing interviews, so you don't know the person real well. And they can say they are good employees, they can perform a good job, but when you give opportunity for this person and they start working for you, and after 1 month, 1 year, you will start to really understand if the person is he the right person in the first contact with you, the interview, because you can see some companies they have how can you say they style to work remotely, but they don't give opportunity for everybody, just for the ones that they really know they can do a good job working from home. So I think in my case I would do the same. So it's how can you say it will be open opportunity to work from home, but I will check in the first moment if the person is performing a good job, if the person can continue work from home, because it's difficult. So you'll need to have a deal with you and with the employees, because if you how can I say you can work everybody from home, and some people they want to do a good job, so I think it will be a big mistake for the company. Well, so it's difficult, you know. You need to believe in the employees, and the employees need to believe you. So yeah, because currently I'm work from home, and I do the job that I do because I believe in myself, and I know I am paid for to perform a good job. Even I know that the my boss and my supervisor, they are checking if I'm performing a good job, you know. But I'm not afraid about that, and I don't put this kind of thing in my mind, because if you always say, "Man, I have a free time and it's okay, I think I go out, or I'm going to do something in the kitchen, or I just need to watch a little bit TV," you know. I think it's just your mind, you know. So if you do a good job since you are working in an office, if you are good employees, probably you perform the same job at home,
Mhm.
you know. So I think it's something like that.
Nice. And Carla, as your own boss, do you have employees or you work by yourself?
I work by myself. But I need to say something. It's not fair talking English after William, right?
Yeah.
Take me, take me out of that, please.
You're gonna
William
get
is amazing. I love your English, all of you, but William is the best. So your question again?
my question was if you had a team, if you like have a group of people to manage,
Mm-hmm.
work from home, how do you think you can check if they are working or not? Or is it necessary to check
No,
or
it's not necessary to me. I think it is good to manage people when you trust of them. I think it's a good way to manage team. But today I do my job with sometimes I need to meet another psychologist. I am a mentor, psychology mentor, and I have many professionals um, with me, and sometimes I need to talk with them and need to get some advices, and they are remote like me, and it's okay. It works. It works, and so it works very well. I think is good for me because I work alone today, but I have many activities to another people at Zoom and another, how can I say, plataforma?
the platform?
Platform. Google Meet, Zoom, etc.
Very good. Let me ask.
And I see advantage because I like to be at home. I am a home person. I am old, and I love to be at home. And I think the opposite of from advantage is
Disadvantages. Disadvantages.
disadvantages is because if you don't put attention, you turn aogra. And you don't like to see people.
You become, I don't know if you can say wild.
Yeah, no, I don't know, wild. It's
Mean.
you prefer to be at home alone, not alone, but doing your things, right? Like you like, I like, for example, I like to see series at Netflix and eat anything I like, and I don't need to ask you for you what do you want to eat or something like that. It's just me, but it's not selfish. It's I like my company, my own company.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I get
think
it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay.
I used to be a very social, you know, but recently I have been more interested being at home, doing my stuff, sometimes going to places where it's not too crowded, with a lot of people. So yeah.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah. Taina.
I mean this.
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
I said I'm in this space right now.
Yeah.
Where I want to be like by myself, doing myself.
Taina, and sorry about coughing a lot, but Taina, I'm gonna ask you. Carla said she likes to be by herself. She enjoys her own company. And you told you worked from home, and then now you work in an office.
Yes.
What's best for you when it comes to work? Do you like to work in a group of people, like in the office, or do you like to work at home in calls, or do you prefer to do your stuff by yourself? You don't. How is the way you enjoy working? And it's not an interview. Okay, it's just
Okay. I prefer a little bit of both, because when I was during the pandemic working in an office, I was at home. Now I work in a factory here. So I work in the industry. I have an office and I work actually during the night shift. So I am almost all the time alone. So it's changed because I am in the office, but I am in the office alone. It's only me during the night. So I am alone in the same way, all right? And I prefer working alone because when it's coming when with the people get to work in the morning, they are like really crowded. Everyone wants to know what happened during the night, ask a lot of stuff. And sometimes they want to change everything because I don't know, today we need to do differently. And then everything changes and I have to pass the shift for my another colleague that is getting in the morning as well. And this time is a little bit messy. And during the night, it's really calm. It's almost we don't have any problems because we don't have this too much people saying different things, and we need to cooperate to get to a point. So that I see this is one of the problems when we are working in the office because the conflicts of interest and the conflicts of opinion, and we need to manage everything. But when we are at home, working from home when I was during the pandemics. I think it's really, really important to have an open dialogue as well, because we need to schedule meetings, we need to talk in groups, in teams, in apps, take message, lots of email, because we need everything, even recorded as well, so we can remember what was said, so we can take tasks, take notes. So, for example, during the pandemic, when I was in the office, we had meetings weekly, but we talked and from with message all the time, every day. But we had a meeting so we could como que eu vou dizer? Alinhar, né, o que vai ser feito. How would you say this?
To match the expectations or to match
Yes,
the...
and the activities to the whole week. So, but right now, since we have this, oh, I'm going to see this person every day, so later I'll talk to her, and then sometimes I see that some important stuff are not said. They simply think, oh no, maybe someone already knows about it because I talked with another person about it during the day. And then this another person maybe talk to her about this, and we actually have this lack of communication, although we are already in the same place, just not in the same time. So I have this problem.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not easy to manage, right? I
Yes.
think managing is the key word for things. Ryan, gonna ask you the same question. You were more like a group person, or you like to do things by yourself? How does it work for you best?
When it comes to work, you say? Um, well, I'm working in my first job. I started working for this company last year, and I'm still working there. And like I realized, I thought I was a like a patient person, but when I started working with people around me, I work in a kitchen, so there are a lot of pressure, and I realized that I am not that patient as I thought. So working with people made me realize the person I am, with the um, convivência, let's say, and yeah, it has a, a, how can I say? Esqueci a palavra. So yeah, it kind of helped me to kind of know myself, kind of get to know myself better when I'm surrounded by people, and it's different when on my desk studying by myself. Like I go to college online, I'm studying online, I'm reading online as I was before starting this class, or maybe studying English online. I bought a course online, so it's very different when you're all by yourself and you're surrounded by people and pressure. As they not, I also work in a factory, so there are a lot of people. It's very busy. We have to sometimes literally run, but yes, I like this this phase, and I'm getting to know myself better.
Yeah, I believe actually it's not that I believe. I'd be more creative when I go to the office, instead of working from home. Sometimes I get stuck in my own place for weeks if I do not have things to do out there in the real world. And I see myself being more creative when I go outside and start get the subway, the bus, whatever, to go to the office and start talking to people, the coffee time, that most companies, they think it's useless, but I think like coffee time, lunch time, happy hours, that's where the work really happens. Like not the work itself, but the ideas, the exchange, the things that you can connect, you know. So we are in the end of the meeting, and I want to ask you all a question. What did you learn today from this session? About this topic, about the questions, or about the way you did with your English, and if you want to answer in Portuguese, that's ok as well. Eu vou abrir essa parte agora nessa sessão, por ela ser gratuita, saber o que vocês aprenderam hoje com essa conversa. O que você sentiu? Você falou assim, não necessariamente, aprendi uma palavra. Tá, aprender uma palavra a gente aprende no Instagram também, né? Mas o que de fato você hoje, né? Já que você investiu 1 hora aí do tempo da sua vida que nunca mais vai voltar. O que você aprendeu de fato? Eu vou deixar aberto para vocês responderem.
Eu aprendi que eu preciso falar inglês, muita coisa, tá todo dia aqui nessa sala.
Bota aí, cara.
Então, assim,
Neto,
porque eu penso muito em português. I think first in Portuguese and then I try to speak in English and it's so difficult to me. And I am shy for do that with vocês que eu não conheço muito bem, entende? E eu sou uma pessoa que falo, faço mentoria, que faço palestra, falo muito bem meu português, então assim, eu fico me sentindo shit.
segredo. Só com um pouco que eu ouvi você falar, com um pouco que eu ouvi você falar, para de estudar inglês, para de fazer curso. Eu sei que eu acho que você tá no curso de 90 dias, não tá?
Estou no curso de 90 dias, mas eu não estou assistindo.
Para de estudar ou nem começa, para. Só vem nas conversações o máximo que você puder. Para de estudar. Eu falo isso para todo mundo que já está estudando muito tempo, coleciona curso. Para de estudar. Não vai adiantar. Você não vai aprender a falar estudando. Começa a falar, interagir,
Exato.
presta atenção no filme. Você quer se divertir, mas esteja em contato, mas
Sim,
Eu, eu,
por aí vai.
eu falei esses dias no grupo nosso do WhatsApp que eu tava. Primeiro eu quero agradecer o Felipe. Sempre que eu já falei pro Felipe, toda vez que eu vejo o Felipe, eu sempre agradeço. Por quê? Eu sempre tive o sonho de fazer inglês e sempre fui um colecionador de curso também, estou nesse time, né, que colecionava curso. E o sonho de falar inglês eu já estava realizando no Talk Talk, fazendo as imersões. Eu sou assinante da plataforma, né? Eu conheço o Felipe é um cara fantástico, enfim. Mas o maior sonho, e aí eu compartilhei esses dias no WhatsApp lá. Eu estava numa sala onde tinha 2 ucranianos, um georgiano e um israelense. Um israelense não, um iraquiano. Qual que foi a língua que a gente usou? Inglês, cara. E isso foi, cara, para mim, eu não sei eu não sei como expressar a felicidade de um sonho que eu tinha muito antigo. E aí eu falo, o cara que virou a chavinha é um carequinha, ó, simpático pra caramba. Ele vai ter um evento que ele faz presencial e tem umas brejas de graça. E é o Felipe. Então, cara, esse dia, cara, eu me achei o cara. Sabe o que a gente estava falando? Sobre bebida, sobre cultura, sobre tudo isso. Sabe quem estava corrigindo o outro? Ninguém. Não tinha ninguém corrigindo. Não tinha ninguém se importando com a minha gramática. Sabe, o mais importante lá era eu me expressar, eu falar, e todo mundo a mesma coisa. Cada um com o seu nível de inglês, né? E,
Eu,
cara, isso pra mim, e que bom que eu entrei aqui para poder falar cara a cara com o Felipe, que eu já agradeci lá no WhatsApp e a gente poder querer.
porque eu entendo que as pessoas querem falar corretamente. Eu entendo, né? Mas, por exemplo, a pessoa que tem vergonha, não consegue participar de uma reunião, não consegue fazer uma palestra, não consegue participar de um evento de networking aqui no Brasil para falar em português, ela não vai procurar um curso de português. Não vai contratar um curso online de português. Né? Eu venho falando agora, demite o seu professor particular. Não porque ele é ruim, mas porque se você já estudou por algum tempo, não adianta mais. A não ser que você goste, se sinta bem, tá te fazendo bem, continua, sabe? Não precisa parar, mas assim, você não vai continuar por causa do idioma apenas, né? Eu falo isso também porque eu colecionei cursos. Eu fui formado em 3 cursos de inglês. CCA,
Não, o cara perguntou para mim o que era favela lá, cara. Como você explica a favela? Tá num curso. O curso não
é.
vai te explicar isso.
E
Ele
aí,
perguntou, ele perguntou para mim o que é uma favela. Eu tive que falar inglês, cara. Ponto final, foi.
como você tem um ambiente assim incerto, né? A gente não tá aqui falando de business em inglês, a gente tá falando de entrevista de emprego. Apesar que tem, né, a pergunta que eu fiz para a Tainá parecia uma entrevista de emprego, né? Então, e palavras de business aparecem, né? Enfim, a gente compartilha o material na nossa comunidade, no site. As comunidades lá no site, elas estão gratuitas, né? Porque a gente está começando, a gente iniciou elas agora. Então, postei um material, inclusive, hoje, muito legal, que acho que vale dar uma olhada depois, falando sobre alguns problemas com drogas e tal, que tem ali um exercício de listening, tem bastante vocabulário, e é um material para super avançado, né? E mesmo que você seja iniciante, você pode baixar, testar, ver como que é, né? Mas antes de encerrar, mais uma pessoa para compartilhar o que que aprendeu de hoje, só para a gente não perder essa chance aí de falar.
Assim, eu gostei porque eu vi que tem várias formas de falar, às vezes a mesma coisa, né? Então a gente fica muito preso, assim, por exemplo, igual a Carla, né? Que ela tem um vocabulário bom, ela já dá palestra, ela já faz isso. Então, acho que a gente fica muito preso no vocabulário que a gente já conhece em português e que é avançado porque a gente é nativo, e aí quer também falar de forma avançada com
Exato.
vocabulário extenso no inglês que a gente não conhece a palavra, né? Porque a gente não usa. Às vezes são palavras que a gente, como o pessoal falou, a gente não vai ver o, no curso do inglês, né? A gente vai aprendendo, sei lá, se a gente for ler muito jornal, se a gente for ler revista, coisas mais específicas. Mas também é com o tempo, né? Quando a gente fizer a imersão mesmo, ou, no caso aqui, falando com outras pessoas, que aí a gente vai ganhar também esse vocabulário, né? Então, eu acho que é o caminho certo mesmo que a gente está indo.
Muito bom. Ryan, manda aí, só para finalizar.
Então, não seria nem muito sobre sobre a nossa conversa assim, em si. Que eu tô sem Instagram também, não consegui entrar em contato, mas eu queria só tirar uma dúvida, né? Eu tô voltando, né? Depois de alguns meses sem estar conversando aí com vocês. E eu tava vendo alguns planos. E eu fiquei meio que em dúvida a respeito. Por exemplo, um plano que eu gostei, ele falava que tinha 50 horas, né? De conversas. Mas eu queria saber como que funcionava essas 50 horas. Se eu não me engano, era para 3 meses. Então seria tipo assim, se renovando a cada mês, ou comecei agora e eu vou ter até o final. Como que funciona assim, mais ou menos?
A gente
Fiquei
tem uma
meio confuso.
assinatura, a gente tem uma assinatura light que a gente vai descontinuar ela até o final do ano. A gente vai trabalhar só com assinatura mensal ou anual, mas ainda é uma possibilidade de contratação. A assinatura light, ela não tem acesso a nada além de agendar as conversações. Então a gente tem pacotes. Então, você contrata um pacote com 24 sessões para usar em 3 meses, 50 sessões para usar em 6 meses, ou 100 sessões para usar em um ano. Ou seja, você contrata aquele pacote fechado para usar naquele período, tá? E aí aquele valor você pode parcelar em até 12 vezes no cartão de crédito. Mas se você contrata o de 3 meses, 24 sessões e parcela em 12, acabou os 3 meses, você vai continuar pagando, tá? Né? Não adianta você, depois dos 3 meses, pedir para cancelar, porque não funciona assim. Mas a gente vai abrir agora uma Black Friday, que vai estar bem legal, que vai ser um acesso completo. Se inscreve você vai receber um e-mail, né? Participa do grupo de WhatsApp, do canal de WhatsApp, do Telegram, ou mesmo no meu Instagram pessoal. Vou compartilhar bastante coisa. Estou indo para o Canadá semana que vem, então eu estou com uma campanha aí, Missão Canadá, para falar sobre trabalho exterior, trabalho remoto, sobre fluência. Vou mostrar para vocês também vários brasileiros que moram no Canadá que ainda não falam inglês e tentar conversar, tá? E mostrar que também morar no exterior não significa que você vai ter fluência, né? Significa que você vai ter oportunidade, mas se você vai pegar essa oportunidade é outra história. Então, minha sugestão para Carla, assim como o William lá atrás, o William eu sei que ele é um cara que se expõe e participa. Se você participar, Carla, não tem como dar errado, tá? É só você
A, a-
participar.
a minha sobrinha, ela falou em 6 meses fluente, agora é facilitadora e tudo. Foi muito rápido aqui com você, muito rápido. Então, eu vi através dela, né, que só nas conversações ela deslanchou rápido. Acho que nem
É,
foi 7 meses, foi na pandemia, durante a pandemia, logo no início da pandemia, rápido, né? Cabeça fresca, jovem também, tem todos os elementos aí. Mas ela foi
Mas
muito bem.
eu não sou jovem, eu tenho 49.
Não,
é,
o que você falou foi muito importante, porque quando eu estou no lugar, eu tive agora com os amigos de Miami, aqui em Copacabana, e eu estava só com todos eles americanos, né? E só meus amigos que eram brasileiros, mas todo mundo falando inglês, eu falei tranquilamente. Por quê? Porque eles só falavam inglês.
não
Então,
tem
isso
outra
é
opção.
mais fácil. Você se esforça mais também, né? Mas eu acho muito
Sim.
bom esse método.
O desafio é você entrar nisso, né? O desafio é quando você já tá ali com um monte de gente que só fala inglês, ou pessoas de outros países que não falam outro idioma que não seja inglês, aí você, tipo, putz, não tenho pra onde ir, já tô aqui. É como você, tipo, você não quer entrar no banho gelado.
É.
Mas quando você entra no banho gelado, tipo, não gelado assim, tipo um fresco, tá? Sabe, tipo, você toma um banho fresco, você não quer, tá acostumado com quentinho. Aí dá o primeiro choque, você acostuma. E aí fica gostoso. Então, assim, pratica. Às vezes vão ter imersões com temas que você não vai gostar. Fica até o final. Vão ter imersões que você vai conversar com pessoas que talvez você também não vá gostar. Fica até o final. Por quê?
Exato.
É a vida real. A gente não tem professor aqui nas imersões, nessas conversas, para trazer uma proposta de. O futuro da educação, ele não depende de um professor clássico ensinando, né? Ele precisa de um professor clareando o caminho, dando luz, trazendo luz,
Uhum.
mas não necessariamente ensinando ali. Então, o curso inglês de 90 dias, todo o conteúdo dele, você também encontra melhor ou pior no YouTube de graça,
É
né?
isso aí.
Então, assim, ou qualquer outro idioma, não precisa pagar para estudar idiomas. E olha que eu dependo de curso de idiomas, né? Não precisa pagar. Eu falo isso desde quando eu comecei a dar aula particular. O meu trabalho nunca foi ensinar idiomas. Foi fazer a pessoa aprender e falar. Então, quero agradecer a todo mundo.
Congratulations.
Ryan, obrigado por
Yeah.
ter voltado. Muito feliz aí te ver. Tainá, Robert, Will, obrigado também por ter voltado. Carla, foi um prazer a gente conversar aí hoje.
Que agradeço.
Parabéns pela Ana Clara, conheci ela pessoalmente. Tem
Linda demais.
uma trajetória muito
De
ainda.
tudo, de por dentro, por fora, ela é maravilhosa. É minha sobrinha, minha filhada, né?
Então, obrigado. Até semana que vem. Semana que vem eu já vou. Quarta-feira que vem provavelmente eu não vou estar, né? Porque eu já vou estar quase que já indo para fora, preparando. Mas talvez eu apareça, enfim, vamos ver. E obrigado pela confiança. Se vocês puderem indicar Talk and Talk, agradeço. A gente tem toda quarta-feira às 8 de graça.
Sempre, sempre, sempre.
Valeu, gente. Obrigado. Bye bye. Have a good day. Good night.
Valeu.
Bye bye.